podcast way.
All right.
Breaking news here today at Miller News.
That's right. Today we'll be discussing the New York Times versus the United States.
Daniel Ellsberg copied more than 7,000 pages of documents that revealed the history of the government's actions in the Vietnam War and is trying to release them to the New York Times and Washington Post.
That's right. The papers exposed government knowledge that the war would cost more lives than the public was being told, and that the war was being escalated even as the president had said it was close to ending. The papers are now being called the Pentagon Papers.
Ellsberg wanted to release these papers to the press, and in doing so, he broke several laws. He began by giving the papers to the New York Times, and they printed excerpts from the documents on June 13, 1971. The government immediately obtained a court order preventing Times from printing more of the documents, saying that publishing the documents threatened national security.
In response, Ellsberg released the Pentagon Papers to the Washington Post, which also began printing excerpts of the documents as well. The government again tried to get a court order, but failed.
Now the government has appealed its case, and in less than 2 weeks, the case and the New York Times appeal would be in front of the Supreme Court.
The court ruled 6-3 in New York versus the United States and said the prior restraint was unconstitutional.
That's all we have for you tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Miller News. Miller News. You're up. Alright, 1, 2, 3, silence. Oh, that actually worked?
No,
Let's see if this is working, because I'm in the corner.
We need
over
to
here.
add stuff to it.
Alright, let me see.